Aamir Khan Productions, we want you to test for Delhi Belly for an Aamir Khan film. And I was like, yes, yay!
The horrible things that happen to everyone.
Yeah, I don't like the way he looks and he needs to shave.
अरे नहीं, ये बहुत खराब चीज़ है. This is corrupting the youth. If you like the song, you'll like the film. If you don't like the song, you will not like the film. Delhi Belly is a slang phrase that foreigners and NRIs use it quite a bit, referring to an upset stomach. When they come to India and they eat something that doesn't agree with them, they say that they have Delhi Belly. And in this film, Kunal's character, in the corner over there, has a terrible case of Delhi Belly.
Intense Delhi Belly.
Very serious. And it is because he has Delhi Belly that we get caught up in this weird situation. So hence Delhi Belly. The things that happen to everyone in the film. Veer, poor guy, gets his head shaved. He's hung from a ceiling fan by a tie. He's beaten up. I'm beaten up. As you can see, I look pretty horrible in the film. Kunal has Delhi Belly through the film, which is comes very close to killing him.
He's molested by a woman.
Yes.
Which is not me.
A toilet water tank falls on his head, which is why he has the bandage on his head. Then the ceiling collapses on all three of us, which is why we're covered in cement. And from there on, things get worse.
I play Sonia. She's an air hostess. She's very prim and proper. She's very perfect. She even eats a banana with a fork and knife. I'm an air hostess in the film. I'm a very bossy and dominating girlfriend, and he's my boyfriend in the film, and I really have him under my thumb. And yeah, I don't like the way he looks, and he needs to shave, and he needs to change his clothes. And so I'm one of those kind of girlfriends. I play a pretty important role in the film actually, because it's my character that...
She's actually the trigger point. She's the catalyst for the entire story to take off.
I'm the person who actually brings them to all the trouble.
Every time it seems that things are going to be okay, when we get into a bad situation, it's because of her. It's even in the climax. Again, she is the one who gets us again into
I keep bringing them into this bad situation. So the shit happens because of Sonia. Kiran called Aamir and said she's perfect for Delhi Belly for Sonia. So they called me the next day and they were like, Aamir Khan Productions. Sunil called me.
Okay.
And he was like, Aamir Khan Productions, we want you to test for Delhi Belly for an Aamir Khan film. And I was like, yes, yay! And he's like, the role is absolutely you. It's you. And then when I read the role, I was like, bossy, dominating bitch. I was like, oh, that's how they see me. All right.
I think what happens is the second something is actually cool and young and it's new wave. People who are of a certain age or people who are maybe set in their life feel very scared about that. To me, the hallmark of youth culture has always been that people are scared of it and people reject it. If this song had not become such a big hit, then nobody would have cared about it, because the fact that it's become a hit shows that that the youth relates to it. And that's a scary thought for people. They're like, "Arey, nahi, ye bahut kharab cheez hai. This is corrupting the youth. This is corrupting the youth."
But maybe the youth actually speak like that.
It's just a sign of who the film is made for and who it's not made for. DK Bose is a very good indicator. If you like the song, you'll like the film. If you don't like the song, you will not like the film. The tendency in India is when you make a film that is not your classic Bollywood film, very often you don't get stars attached. You don't get much of a budget. Those films are made in a very small budget. And they're made with character actors. You don't get your main group of stars to act in those films, which is for many reasons. I think a lot of stars are afraid of such projects. A lot of big producers are afraid of such projects. They're afraid that they won't work. And Delhi Belly, I think, hopefully marks the beginning of
it. Has all of us stars in the film?
Yeah, where it is made on a much larger scale. And if it clicks, if we are fortunate with the film, I think it will open the floodgates and it will encourage a lot of other people to try similar.
I really hope he's right. There's no slapstick.
The tendency in Indian films is when we do humor, it's always very over the top, very loud, and I mean very loud humor. And I think that somewhere that we are underestimating the audience. We're thinking that the audience are like children, that they're idiots. You have to do something that is so simple that is all that they can appreciate. The film is an action caper comedy. There is some amount of suspense. There's a fair amount of action in the film, and a lot of bad things happen to I think everyone involved in the film. But through the film, there's a vein of humor. So whatever happens, however dangerous the situation seems, it's always treated with humor.
It's always funny. The film's hilarious.
The second I saw it, I knew people were going to go nuts. It's the kind of thing that I think people are very excited to see a hero doing something like that, to just go straight out and have fun, do something that is completely ridiculous, completely out there, and that he's just genuinely having fun with no concern for his image and his style. It's so entertaining, it's so exciting.
Love it. It's so funny. It's hilarious.
I've always been of the opinion that if your film is good, it's good, and it doesn't matter that there's another film releasing along with you. Because, and I think Aamir's favorite example is Lagaan and Qadar, which released on the same day.
Really? Wow.
Lagaan and Qadar released on the same day, and they're both like
the biggest
they're both
films.
blockbusters and amongst the highest grossing films ever.
Wow.
So it has absolutely no bearing. It does not matter. If both films are good, they will both be huge hits. If one film is bad, it will fail. If both are bad, they will both fail.